Welcome to The Rose and the Bee, another video of creating fun things with fiber. And in this video, we will use a needle felting technique to create an ornament that, yes, it can be a holiday ornament, but you can use this technique to make many other variations. We will use a very beginner technique so that this is accessible to everyone watching this video, even if you're needle felting for the very first time. So let's look at the materials here. I have some of my carding combs that are very tiny because we're going to work with a very small project. I have some sheep wool roving that is not colored. I have some craft foam spheres. I have some that are 2.8 inches, and I have some smaller ones that are just about 1 inch in diameter. This one I already wrapped with wool roving, and this one I haven't wrapped yet. So in this video, I'm going to make the smaller ornament, but you can definitely use the same technique to make larger ornaments as well. I picked these up at our local craft store. I'm sure you will be able to find something similar in your local craft stores as well. This is a clover felting needle, very beginner friendly. There are 3 needles inside this safety holder, and it's very beginner friendly. Now, if you're an experienced needle felter, you will already know how to do this, and you might just enjoy watching somebody felt. So welcome and stay with us as well. I bought this wool roving a little while ago. Honestly, it has been sitting in my stash for a while. It's a fine merino blues. So with winter here where I live, I was inspired to pull it out and use it for this project. So let's take out the colors so that you can see them. I really like the way they are. And then there are some greens as well. So we will use blues today, but I really like these greens as well. I want to think about using them too. Let's make space for us to work. I'm going to leave these beautiful colors here in view. I just love them so much. I hope you're going to enjoy watching them here during the video too. Just beautiful, soft merino wool roving. So we're going to start with this little sphere that's not wrapped in roving. If you have a lot of color, you don't have to wrap it in roving. If you don't have a lot of color, you may want to get a base using just plain sheep wool roving first. So I have plenty of color. I'm just going to go straight to this, and I want to have this as a base, and then this dark blue I will use for a little bit of detail. So I'm going to get some of this blue closer to me. Now you see it's very thick. It's beautiful and silky. I just love this roving. Who is it from? Handmade Craft. Handmade Craft. It's been a long time since I bought these, but handmeacraft.com. If you see this video, I really love your love this roving. It's really beautiful. So you don't want big clumps when you're felting. So first you're going to pull out very thin layers, and you will start wrapping your craft foam. Of course, you can make your core out of wool as well. I thought I would make this video with the craft foam core so that it can be something that if you're wanting to try needle felting for the very first time, you can have a result rather quickly. But yeah, I would highly encourage you to look into wet felting spheres of wool. We might even make a video later on it. But for right now, let's focus on what we're doing here. And if you like this kind of work and this kind of content, please like and subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends who enjoy this work too. It really helps visibility and helps others find their way to these fun projects too. Keep working with the thin layer all the way around. And don't add more layers until you've felted all the way around nicely. Okay, so I have this layer pretty well felted in place. I'm going to pull out another wispy layer of this beautiful roving. I just love it so much. This is so one of the best things about needle felting is the feel of this beautiful roving when you get it. Now, when you work with little spheres like this, you have to work carefully and slowly because safety is very important. You don't want to push your felting needle into your finger. They have many teeth and are very sharp. So be very careful as you work. Pull out those wisps and then keep them to put them back on. I generally do not use a pad when I work with these foam core spheres because they themselves kind of serve as a pad. If you have a very tiny sphere, you may want to have a pad so that your needles are not hitting the table and they don't break. Remember to always push your needles straight down. You don't want to do this. You want to go straight down. So turn your sphere. Do not turn your needle. Okay. We want another layer. We really don't want the foam core to be showing through. So we want another wispy layer here. If you are experienced and have various needle sizes, for the next layer, you can start using smaller needles, thinner needles, so that these poking holes are less visible. If you don't, that's okay. You can use your fingers like this to start felting them in. You can also use a little bit of soap and water and rub it in and kind of have a little bit of a wet felting effect. But you don't really have to. You can keep layering. Now I want this to be layered in this blue, and then I'm going to use some of this dark blue to bring a second color into my design. You will decide what you're choosing for your design. So I can still see my fingers through this, so it's not too thick. But I will not be able to see foam anymore after this layer, which will be wonderful. So here we go. Very carefully again. Keep your fingers out of the way of the needles. Remember to always press top down with your needle. You don't want to break the needle, so turn the sphere you're working on. Don't angle your needles too much. I need to pull some of this out. A little too much there. Now I can felt this down. All right, my little ornament sphere is ready for the second color. Now you can be as creative as you feel on any day. You can plan out your design, or you can intuitively bring it when you're working. I find that some days I love to draw out what I'm going to make, but more often than not, I like to start felting and see what it feels like. So here it really helps if you have a single felting needle for this detail. If not, you want to make sure that one of the 3 needles in your tool is going through the color detail here. You just go ahead and create your own design. See what speaks to you today, what colors you're using. I would love to know what you make. Go to the comments and share how you adjusted what you're seeing here to meet your own preferences. If you didn't use this at all and only watched the video for fun or as a background while you were working on something else, do let us know. Do share with your friends as well. So I'm going to take this swirl and go the opposite direction on this side. I think I'm going to use this ornament on our holiday tree this year. I would love to know what you're making. Do go to the comments and share the colors and the ideas. Did you make a small one or did you make a larger sphere ornament? I'd love to know your favorite ways to find and purchase and source wool roving for your projects. I love going to fiber shows and finding small businesses like the one I bought this wool, merino wool from. And I would love to know of others as well, so we give them a shout out here on our channel. Now we do have one more step for this to be a useful ornament. We want to add a little piece of thread. So you see these needles are rather thick. I want a long needle that's sharp. Let's see if this one might work. This one is not sharp enough. I need a different needle. So let's check this one if this will work. Yep, this one is sharp, so we're going to use this one. I'm just using some leftover cotton embroidery thread. And I want to go all the way down through the whole thing and then come back up. You want to go very close next to your thing here so that it disappears in the wool and come back on top. So you just see a little tiny point, and when you pull tightly together, you can weld it in so that you don't see it anymore. There you go. And now we tie. And trim. put our needle back in. Safely close your felting needle tool. And your little ornament is ready to be hung somewhere for you. Or you can share it. You can put it onto your gift wrapping. I'd love to know how you use your creations. Happy felting!